Hello, everybody, and welcome to this seated yoga class. So, as the title would suggest, we're going to be sitting for this yoga class. If you find it uncomfortable sitting directly on the floor or on the mat, then you might want to get a cushion or a rolled or folded blanket and just pop it underneath the sit bones. And just lifting the sit bones up a little bit from the floor can help you find some more space in the spine and some more length in that spine, which is definitely what we are looking for in this class. So find a comfy position to start in and finding length through that spine. So from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Imagine that somebody has got a string coming out through the crown of your head and they're pulling you upwards, making sure that you've got a length through the back of the neck, resting the hands somewhere on the legs, palms can be up or down, and then bringing it close to the eyes if you're comfortable. And we spend these first few moments just landing into our yoga session. Bring the mind to the breath, gently breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling the length of that spine. Becoming aware of the base of the spine, rooting down towards the earth. And at the same time, feel the crown of the head lifting up towards the sky. And then let's take an inhale in and float those arms outwards and upwards. We're going to land the right hand down and we're going to come into a lovely side stretch here. So we don't want our sit bones to be lifting up off the floor. So keep both sit bones grounded. Try to keep shoulders away from ears and try to open up through this top shoulder so you're not collapsing into the move. Let's inhale, drop the left hand behind and bring the right hand onto the opposite knee and come into a twist here. So we're gazing over the left shoulder, left hand is pushing into the mat, encouraging length in the spine. And at the same time, the right hand is just gently pushing into that knee to encourage the twist. Let's leave the left hand where it is. We're going to lift the right hand up as we unravel the spine. We're going to land the right hand behind. So both hands are behind now and take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Only if that's comfortable in your neck. If that isn't comfortable, keep your gaze forwards. You just want to feel an opening through the chest here. So bringing the shoulder blades together. If the gaze is up towards the ceiling, maybe have a go with pushing your tongue gently into the roof of your mouth and just finding more stretch through that throat. Let's bring the gaze back towards the front. Going to bring the arms around to the front, and then to your measure, you're going to fold over those legs. So try to keep a length to the spine. Keep your eye gaze forwards and downwards. So this will encourage a length through the spine and a length through the back of the neck. One more moment here. And then we're going to walk the hands back in towards the body. And let's change the cross in the legs. Find that neutral position again. And then on the next inhale, we're going to breathe in, lift our arms upwards. And this time we're dropping the left hand down towards the mat and coming into that lovely side stretch the other way. So feeling that space opening up through the right side body. Both sit bones on the floor. Shoulders are away from ears and that top shoulder is opening up towards the sky. One more moment. And then let's float that right hand down. It's going to land behind and the left hand is going to come onto the opposite knee. And we just come into that twist. That right hand is encouraging the length of the spine, the left hand is encouraging the twist. One more moment. Let's leave the right hand where it is, unravel the spine, both hands behind, and again, let's open up through the front body, through the chest, head back if it's comfortable in the neck. Maybe pushing the tongue into the roof of the mouth, just for that extra stretch through the front. Gently bringing that gaze forwards. Let's bring the hands forwards, and then we're going to fold forwards to your measure. So try not to hunch through the back. Try to keep a length through that spine. Eye gaze is forwards and down. One more moment. And then let's walk those hands back. So we're going to just change our position slightly on the mat. We're going to bring those legs forwards. So you're still free to sit on your blanket if that works for you. Maybe you want to roll your blanket and pop your blanket under your knees to stop any hyperextension. That could be an idea here. But we want to find a length in that spine first. Going to bring our hands to the hips. We're going to imagine that our hips are like a bucket of water, and we want the water to tip out the front of that bucket. So as we come forwards, we're going to tip the hips forward first, try to keep a length in that spine. And then we're going to bring the hands forwards. And the hands can go wherever is comfy. Maybe they're resting on the thighs, or maybe they're on the shins. Maybe you can get down to your toes or your feet. But what we want to avoid doing is kind of coming back and then hunching forwards. We want to come forwards and find a length in that spine. So eye gaze should be towards the knees or the feet or anywhere in between. It shouldn't be back towards your tummy area. So keeping your eye gaze forwards can really encourage a length through that spine. So we're going to take one more moment here in this forward fold. And then let's gently walk ourselves back up. And we're going to come into a butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. And again, you can still be sat on your blanket. Bringing the soles of the feet together. We're going to bring the knees out towards the side and the soles of the feet open like a book. And we find ourselves in our butterfly position. Let's just take a moment to find a length through the spine first before we move anywhere. And it might be that your hands rested on your knees feel the most comfortable, or maybe holding on to ankles, maybe even the hands are behind. And actually just leaning back slightly helps with the opening through the hips. So finding the butterfly position that works for you. And you're welcome to stay there, or maybe, and again, we're tipping forwards from the hips, leaning or folding ourselves forwards, feeling and opening through those hips, opening through those legs. And again, you want your eye gaze to be kind of forwards and down. So your eye gaze should be in front of your feet rather than back towards your tummy. And keeping the eye gaze forwards means that we find a length through the spine. Let's take one more moment here. And then we're going to walk ourselves back up. Now, the next move might be easier without the cushion or blanket underneath. So let's move that out the way. And we're going to sit with our knees up towards the ceiling. And we're going to hook our left foot over our right knee. And that foot can be far away or it can be closer towards the body. And we find ourselves in our seated pigeon pose. So again, always try to lift through the spine or find a length in the spine rather than kind of hunching down. So if you find yourself hunched, move that foot a little bit further away from you. And from here, those legs are going to kind of stay in the same position in that the left leg is going to stay hooked over the right, but we're going to allow both knees to fall down to the right, and then we're going to bring ourselves upwards. We're going to bring the right hand onto that left knee and come into a seated twist here. One more moment. Let's unravel. We're going to unknot these legs. We're going to meet back with our knees up towards the ceiling. And this time we're going to hook the right foot over the left knee. And again, foot further away, but easier. Foot closer to you is a bit harder. Finding a length through the spine. And then we're going to allow both legs to fall over to the left. Let's lift ourselves up. Can use our hands always just to kind of shuffle the legs back into the position that we need. And let's say the left hand, pop it on the right knee, right hand comes behind, and we twist through the body here. Push it into the floor, finding length through that spine. And let's release. Bringing ourselves back into that easy pose, into our seated position. Let's find a length to the spine, a close to the eyes. Awareness to the breath. Notice how the body feels now. And then on the next inhale, let's inhale and lift the arms outwards, upwards, palms meet, heart center. Namaste.